Hello, and we are live.
Not even remotely.
Hello, everybody. This is the Swords of Jordoba, our original Dungeons and Dragons game that we play online. And I have not put up the watch link anywhere on the internet, so I should probably go ahead and do that. You guys can chat a little bit about what you think is going on to bring people up to speed.
It's pure chaos.
Well, I don't even know where we are.
Well,
I knew we were in the past, but that was also 2 weeks ago.
We're still.
Lethy, we hold that factory dungeon we'd been in before, except the 1500 year ago version.
So we're in the ancient dungeon now.
Yes, because we got chased a little bit by the Lich Guard and we didn't want to take them back to the temple.
Because the Lich Guard killed a version of Jim, and I wasn't having it. And then we killed some of the Lich Guard.
Yes, a future version of me showed up and died.
Okay.
Specifically after telling us not to do something.
So
And what did we do? We probably did it.
Maybe not.
Well, when his body ashed away, I think we aborted that timeline.
so the dungeon is the safest place to be. Is that what I'm hearing?
As we were running across town, yeah, we dove for the Grim Quarter to lose the guard.
Yeah, right now you guys are located in the Grim Quarter, and it's morning. You've just come down to the inn's restaurant where they were serving a breakfast of rat on a stick with cheese.
Yes.
What kind of
The
cheese?
cheese
Our
makes it good.
favorite.
It was, well, this is what you get in the Grim Quarter. You know, and you paid extra for that. So about that time, Thibodeau walks in the door from outside, and he's looking a little bit bleary-eyed, but he's waving a map in his hands.
Oh boy.
And he says, I've mapped out part of the city while you guys was asleep.
And all the best houses to visit.
Yep, he tosses it down. So you look at it, and it's like there's one building that's got a star on it, which is, presumably the inn that you're staying at. And then there's 3 streets that come off from there, and one of the streets has been mapped down about a block, and then it stops at a building named Brothel. And then the next street goes down about 2 blocks, and it stops with a building labeled Brothel. And then the 3rd street goes down about 4 doors, and it stops with a building labeled Brothel, and you can actually see the sign from where you're standing down there. So that's Thibodeau's map.
So we violated the Temporal Prime Directive pretty good.
Oh, it's gonna get much worse. Much worse.
I'm just thinking about the future.
I know you are.
So I'm going to find an empty sack or bag.
Okay.
Fill it with gold pieces, roughly the size of a human head.
Okay.
About yay many. And are the ogres still at the gate? Or have they gone Betty by?
Let's see, it's morning. No, there's one of the 2 is sitting there. You recognize the one that kicked the gate shut. The one who barred it doesn't appear to be there.
Okay. Is this the one that I talked to, or is it the other one? Because the one asked me if he wanted me to have him stop people.
Oh yeah, that was this one. That was this one. Yes.
Okay, so this is the one I'm familiar with.
Yes.
Awesome. I will boldly walk right up to him in my bugbear suit.
Okay.
And hand him the bag.
Okay. He puts it down. He looks inside, and he sort of sticks his head down in it, and you hear this long inhalation. You're
gonna get coins up your nose.
Then he takes his head back out, and he says, "What do you need, Hobgoblin?"
Swa? Bugbear.
So, where are the rest of you guys? Anybody follow along?
Oh, I
with the
absolutely
sketch?
follow along
Okay.
every step of the way.
All right.
He's gonna need some backup for sure.
All right. So, so he says, yeah, he says, what do you want, Hobgoblin?
No, bugbear. See?
No, under the bugbear, Hobgoblin.
Elf. Elf in the bugbear.
Sure.
Information. And I'll start speaking in giant.
Okay.
I want to ask him who the groups are in the Grim Quarter, who the important people are, who I need to know, who I need to avoid.
You could have warned me ahead of time that you were going to ask this particular question.
The lay of the land. No. Hold on. Time out.
Make him make all this up on
Right.
the fly.
And then I'm going to say, I will come back later on tonight.
Oh, okay, because my brain doesn't work all that well, Hob.
Right. Get some coffee.
All right. Hey, can I give you a hint?
Yes.
If you want to look like an elf, your ears are supposed to be sticking up more.
Mutant.
What's the matter with my ears?
They just don't look real if you're pretending to be an elf.
Puny.
I'm an elf.
Well, yeah, elf with hobgoblin ears looks like a hobgoblin. You ever seen a hobgoblin? Wait a minute. You sit here. Sit down here. He gets up and he points to his bench.
Okay. I will sit on the ogre bench.
All right, you wait here.
I've been chastised. I have to sit on the ogre bench.
It's like the Group W bench, only sturdier.
Damn.
All right, so he walks into a building, and you hear a couple of screams. And a couple minutes later, he walks back out again, and he's dragging somebody that looks an awful lot like you. And he holds him up, and it's sort of waving its arms around like this, and he points to the ears, and he says, "Look, see, they go back like yours, not up like an elf."
Whoa.
You're a mutant.
Yeah, there's two of you.
You're a mutant. Half-breed.
Huh.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's not
Well,
gonna live.
I don't know how to feel about this anymore, guys.
See what happens when you discuss your plans with the DM before the game?
This took an interesting turn.
Do you need a minute, Arkestric?
You're a hobgoblin.
Do you need a minute?
This actually opens up many horizons for me.
Shows you where your family's been.
Were there horizons that were closed before?
Oh, yes.
Were there?
You're here. You're my moral milepost.
Yeah, let's eat.
Yeah, but because you happen to know my deity personally, you could rationalize any sort of behavior you wanted by telling me Letty was into it before.
Yeah, we know.
I have zero leverage.
That's still going to work. I need a moment to digest this information.
Do you need the ears? He's still holding up the hobgoblin, but it's sort of given up and gone a little bit limp.
When you ask me that, are you saying do I need to keep his ears?
No, says Halfling. Just look, brother. Just tell him to put me down, and it's all good.
Let's go see a real elf.
All
We
right.
got a fake.
Maybe there was a time-traveling hobgoblin who went back even further and decided to do the same thing Thibodeau did.
Possible.
Get his genes in the gene pool.
Excuse
Okay,
hobgoblin.
put the hobgoblin down.
All right, so he puts the hobgoblin down. The hobgoblin basically says, "Catch you later," at you, Rakastric, and then zips off.
Thanks, bro.
Starts to go into the first building where the ogre came and got him, and looks back at the ogre, and then goes off down the street instead.
I'm going to be part of a tribe. This could have serious ramifications.
We need to go find an elf. Let's see how much different you are.
I'm pretty sure every archmage needs an army.
If you go visit the brothel and we go back to our own time, you could be the progenitor of a tribe.
Let's see. OD&D,
Your
that's
own tribe.
10th or 12th level. I'll be building a stronghold. So yeah, on about 7 levels.
Well,
Which brothel you want to go?
We gotta start recruiting now.
Better
Yeah,
way
all
to
right.
recruit than your own gene pool.
Why not? What could possibly go wrong after generations of insanity have set in?
Matt, we're just talking about like a hobgoblin influence, right? I mean, we've seen other elves. We would have known if he was different in our time.
They're all different now.
You have what you haven't seen though is a hobgoblin. I mean, Rekestric's always been pretty funny looking for an elf, and you know, Tovak didn't notice it, you know, but
They all look the same to me.
Oh, wow. Come on, little buddy.
Boy, the elf, the crush on elves only lasted until you weren't an elf.
Yeah, wow. Kick to the curb. I feel so used.
He's a mutt.
I'm not special anymore.
Wait a minute, you feel used. We thought we were adventuring with an elven fighter magic user. It turns out you're just some hobgoblin.
He's just a hobgoblin.
no, he's
You
a
can't find secret door.
he's a hobgoblin shaman ass kicker.
Yeah, come on. That's a thing.
But yeah, I don't think you ever did spot a secret door on the 1 in 6.
My entire life is a
Damn.
lie.
Wow.
Cold. A temperature drop.
And that's why you like eating dead things and not, like iceberg lettuce, which is what
Hey,
elves
man.
eat, right?
Hey,
And where's a bugbear?
Wait. This entire
You're-
time we've been following the
speaking
culinary
deity.
advice.
did that too. So don't be pointing the bad finger at me.
Ala,
this-
Ala, your internet broke up when you were talking. What?
Yeah, it's I don't know if it's gonna get much better, but I was gonna say we've been following the culinary leadership of a hobgoblin, no, not an elf. I just don't know what to do with myself anymore. I feel like I've gone back in time and lost myself.
I kind of think this says more about you guys than it does about me.
I'm sure you do think that.
Your choices of friends is probably not good.
Typical hobgoblin thinking there.
Remember when you presented yourself to Chang Falsetooth as an apprentice and he got that "this should be interesting" look?
Oh. All right.
And
Well,
all along we thought it was Tovak that had the identity crisis.
all right. Well, enough about me. Let's go somewhere else.
Right.
Hey, y'all want to go see if we can find the first level entrance again and see what it looks like?
I'm for anything that gets me 48 more human hearts in a alignment, ethical manner.
Well, that'll be perfect because I still need 100 experience points.
So we're looking for free range evil.
We can go
human
kill
hearts.
a hobgoblin. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
I don't think you can.
That ogre's worth 120 if you go take him alone.
Ooh.
And he's got a bunch of treasure someone just gave him.
No, he's going to be my enforcer.
Yeah, he's scratching his head and thinking. He's probably working on some of those questions right now.
When I take over the Grim Quarter as a base of operations.
A long time in the past. Okay. So
We
y'all,
live forever.
You know,
Y'all-
if you buy the deeds to all the buildings, you could just claim them in the future.
Yeah, bring them with you.
That's how time travel works, right?
all right. So
Possibly.
all right. So you've got one plan of going and taking a look at the way back into the dungeon.
Kind of from our original direction.
Okay.
See what's there now, you might say.
All right. So you go over that direction, and you are able to see where it is that you want to get to, but there is unfortunately a member of the Lich Guard standing near there. It's around the corner from the Temple of Ishtar.
Just one of them?
47 hearts.
Yeah. Heart number 3.
There's only one that you can see.
Come on down.
Is there anybody else around him?
And looking and looking.
That's where he's standing. Okay, and it's right sort of around the corner from there. So, you guys are sort of, sneaking. Sneaking.
Roughly how far is he?
Sneaking.
Stop.
Let's see. From
Yeah.
there, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. He's about 75 or 80 feet away.
Yeah.
Oh,
That don't look suspicious,
yeah.
though.
Wouldn't the thing to do to be back around the corner we just passed and then lean out and whistle for him? Let him come to us?
Nope. Sleep.
Okie dokie. So he falls asleep. These two people here fall asleep. A Kenku falls out of the side of the stable. Tengu. And then you hear, you see 2 more Lich Guards step up. One of them is trying to wake him up. One of them is scouting down the street, and he's waving his arm forward to some more people that are presumably around the corner. What do you do?
Exit stage left.
Yeah,
Us.
we should get out.
All
Are you
right.
kidding?
Could be 45 hearts.
Give or take. It could be about 20 by the time we're done.
Well, we should get him to come to us and then get rid of him.
Well, you're doing pretty good
Somebody
so far.
suggested that a sleep spell will go.
He did too.
So I'll sleep those 2.
Okay. Those 2 fall asleep, and what else have we got here? All right, so they both go down. And then around the corner comes one more. There's been a guy standing here who apparently wasn't affected by the sleep spell, but he just gets sort of out of the way.
He's like, what?
And
He knows
so-
some shit's going down now. Lich Guards are just falling.
Yeah, and so if that means he's got 4 hit dice, that also means he's probably got the presence of mind to know that he wants to get the fuck out of the way. So another Lich Guard comes around the corner with this is probably who was getting gestured to, is 4 skeletons and the one Lich Guard. I've been talking as if you could see what was on the camera, but I had the camera on me. Sorry about that. And that's what you're looking at. 4 skeletons, 1 Lich Guard. Various other people stacked like cordwood in the street, snoozing happily.
Are you guys ready to go for real? Because once I drop this web spell, that's it for
Yep.
pinning guys. Okay,
I'm ready.
I'm gonna drop a web on them.
All right. And that's going to catch all of them in the web.
Okay.
And,
I got to go buy another pair of clothes.
I approach quickly.
Let's
Looking, are there other people watching all this shit go down? As I go
yeah,
running up the street?
there are several. Lots of bystanders.
Well, none of them are dead, so let's go take care of that.
Okay, so you guys run up to the pile over here. So you've got 2 law-abiding citizens asleep. 1 Kenku, probably not a law-abiding citizen, asleep. 3 Lichguard privates, all asleep.
Sounds
1 Lichguard lieutenant, awake and looking at you angrily in the webs.
not for long.
What do you do?
Go rescue the bystanders.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get the bystanders and the Kinku out of the way. Stab the lieutenant in his face.
Okay.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
bystanders and no Tinku, no innocent people, but let's take out all the Lich Guard and the undead.
Okay, so Skeeter, roll to hit on that one because he's still conscious and he's.
Have we verified that they don't
Uh,
like the Lich Guard, just in case?
So
that
far,
would
you
be
haven't seen anybody like the Lich Guard.
armor class 4
Um,
in webs.
that,
In the webs.
yeah, in the webs. So that's a hit.
Okay.
Damage.
That would be short sword to the mush. That's 4 points.
Okay, so it catches in the helmet and does not kill him.
Okay.
Now the rest of you, what are you doing? Tovak?
Tovak's gonna help pull civilians out of the way.
Okay, you're pulling civilians. Lethy?
Yeah.
I think Lethy is sort of. Lethy will go kill undead. That she can do.
Okay. All right, so you're going to be able to kill one undead or one of the skeletons per turn per round because they're just skeletons. Okay, so they're one down. There are 3 skeletons left up. Jim?
I'm gonna get my wavy dagger and start coup de grace slept Lich Guard.
Okay, so they're down one of the, how many did I say? 3? One of the 3. Okay. Thibodeau.
Help him pull civilians out.
All right, you have all the civilians out of the way now in that case. And that is the end of round number 1. And so the Lich Guard guy turns around and the guy who is standing here, this is the one who's basically, not been affected by the spell at all. And the Lich Guard lieutenant yells to him, "Go and get help." All right, starting the next round. Highest dex, that's going to be you, Thibodeau. What do you do?
Basically, I'm gonna watch that guy. If that guy runs off, we're gonna have to do something about him.
All right. Right now, he's still sort of looking at the Lich Guard because it hasn't gotten to him in the round. Next highest dex is...
Knock him out, man.
what are you, Lethy? 15?
15,
Nope.
yes.
15. Okay, so it's you. What do you do?
I look at the guy and say, "You don't go get help," and I kill another skeleton.
Okay. All right, Tovak and Rekestric. Allah, what does Tovak do?
Oh yeah, getting help was a bad idea, and then he just like stabs one of the down Lich Guard in the throat.
Okay, so there's only one of them left. What does Rekestric do?
Yeah, I turn to the guy standing there and go, "I got 50 gold pieces for you if you mind your own business."
All right. That was in the 15, and then so in the, sorry, that was in the 14. In the 13, the guy that everyone's been sort of negotiating about looks over at the Lich Guard guy and he says, 60.
I like it.
Like
Then
his gumption. We should hire him.
It's almost hobgoblin-esque.
Yep.
Hey,
Jim, what does Elijah do?
And it
Takes out
is.
takes out the last private.
Okay. All right. So they still have 3 skeletons, but there's 3 skeletons and the lieutenant. New round.
Haven't I been bashing the skeletons? I thought they had 3 to start with.
They did, yeah.
Oh, haven't I been killing them? As I
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I guess there's 2 down. So
1 skeleton.
no, there were 4.
Okay.
So there's 2 left.
Kestrick, did you miss a swing?
He was talking. He was talking to the guy.
I was negotiating.
Okay.
All right. And then at the end of the round, the Lich Guard captain says 60.
I'm gonna sneak behind him.
All right. Which one? The Lich Guard captain or the?
No, the guy.
Okay. So
Let's go tell him, say, don't do it.
all right.
Or you could just say 70.
You move around the back of him, so you are here. Everyone else is sort of gathered around. All right, now you can get behind him if you want to.
That's why I don't want to be behind him and just tell him, say, don't do it.
Okay, so you go up and you say,
So I
"Don't
want to
do
be
it."
close enough to him,
Okay. All right, so you do that, and then in 15, Lethe, another skeleton. Okay.
Yep.
So that they only have one skeleton left now. In 14, Tovak.
Tovak's gonna step in front of the guy and was like, "Mate, we'll give you 65 of your life," which is a pretty good deal, I think.
All right, so he looks.
We'll
He
give you a
looks-
recipe.
He looks at Tovak. He looks over at Thibodeau.
Gotta pop my knuckles.
Looks at Tovak. He looks at Thibodeau and he says, "Well, I'll take the 70, but you got to understand that if you all had blocked my line of sight, I'd be pissed."
Uh-oh.
Well, let's don't do that.
Well, they're not, because right now it's just a halfling and a dwarf.
Oh, yes. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. Then
I'm
Rekestric, it's you.
Boom! That is a higher than armor class, or lower than armor class 4, and that is another 4 points.
Okay. He yells, "Ow!" And let's see. Yeah, he says, "Fine, I surrender."
Okay.
Jim, what do you do, Wampler?
That's a very good question. I'm going to go over and talk to the other magic user.
Which magic user?
The guy who's worried about his line of sight being blocked.
Oh, no, he's not a magic user. He was just making a short joke.
Oh, sorry.
No, he's dressed in armor.
That short went right over our heads.
Wow, that was good.
Done. I'm done. Nothing else.
So,
Thank you. Be here all night. Yay!
Does
Well
that
done.
does that little stable looking place that the Tengu fell out of look like a Tengu place?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to drag one of the guard bodies, one of the privates, over into that place.
Okay. There's a Tengu. There are like 3 of them sitting up in the rafters in there, and there's a bunch of like ropes and things, and also a rope that appears to have apples tied to the side of it. Several bites have been taken out of the apples. And one of the Kenku is like, hey, what are you doing?
Trying to get this body off the street. Is that okay?
Not to go in here. It's not.
Okay. Then right in front of the place, I'll start carving a heart out.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah. No, they're happy that that's not going on inside. You just hear one of them say "blech," but you know. All right. So you are carving out hearts, and at that point, somebody inside one of the buildings that overlooks this area suddenly screams. All right.
I figured there would be a lot more screams than that.
No, it's so, up until this point, everybody's been pretty cool with the idea of people, busting on the Lich Guard, but cutting hearts out in the middle of the streets,
Probably wasn't a good choice.
Excessive for the Grim Quarter.
Yeah.
A line somewhere.
So
let's say we were always wondering where the line to cross was, and we found it.
Right, cutting out people's hearts right in the street. That's
in broad
and
daylight.
It wasn't me.
It's one of the ones with a high intelligence.
Well, we got to get these bodies off the street somehow, some way. So my reasoning was a heart is easier to carry than a whole body.
Yes. So then you might as well do it in pieces.
Yeah. So.
But I'm hoping to input now that I've screwed up.
No, I'm going to make this much worse. So I'm going to stab the dude.
The Lich Guard that's in the webs, or the guy who's already dead, who Jim's cutting out his heart?
No, I'm stabbing the dude who surrendered.
Okay. That will take him out. And
Excellent.
at this point, a priest of Mitra steps around the corner and sees what's going on here. And so there's Jim standing with a dripping heart in one hand.
I'll put it in my bag as quick as I can.
And the cleric. Okay, so you shove you quickly try and look innocent and shove the bed into your backpack.
And they worry about a halfling.
Hazeltine, you are muted on your mic, so I can't.
Yeah, no, I
could
wasn't
be
saying
good then.
anything other than, like, I was just laughing.
And so the priest of Mitra says, "You," and he points directly at Elijah. Did you perform that sacrifice in the open air?
Yes.
And do you plan on sacrificing the rest of these?
That was the plan.
Not up here, you're not going to. Get down underground where it's proper. Don't forget to say the name of Mitra when you sacrifice them.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Start dragging bodies.
Yeah, okay, dude. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yep, we are
Drags.
sorry for our minor transgression.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's still 100 gold piece transgression. But I will accept the sacrifice to Mitra on your behalf of 100 gold pieces.
I got this one.
Right. Thank you, Hobgoblin. Move along then.
Man, bunch of racists around here.
Hey, back 1,500 years ago, people in the city knew what hobgoblins looked like. There were hobgoblins still allowed in the city.
Wow.
Actually, hobgoblins are still allowed in the city now. It's just not true goblins.
Man, all right. Whatever. Drag these. Come on. Somebody get
I've
a
never
leech
seen
gun.
a hobgoblin be so offended.
Do they have the necklaces, the pendants?
Yes.
Leave those.
Okay.
Actually, no. Toss them to the kinkus for their trouble.
Oh, they'd throw them right back out again. It's like you're not even sure that the things entered the building before they were on their way back out again.
All
You
right.
take your murder evidence somewhere else. They have
Okay.
it hard enough.
Well, we can just easily toss them over a wall on our way back to the Grim Quarter, but we need to beat feet.
Yeah, we got to get out of here. Dragging 2 dead bodies.
3.
3.
No, didn't you take the... Oh.
Three privates and the lieutenant.
Oh, okay.
We may as well get rid of that body while we're at it. We don't want it out here in the street.
Yeah, we'll take that one. So it's 4 bodies.
Okay, now the lieutenant is also wearing plate mail. I don't know if that's but it's worth 200 gold.
Well, we're making noise.
All right, so clinkety, clankety, clinkety, clankety, you're running down the cobblestones, dragging the lieutenant's body. But the issue...
Wait a minute.
So where are you headed to?
Where's Rocky?
Rocky's here.
Don't want
Okay.
to back I guess.
It's the standard bodies on Rocky with the tarp.
Okay. So you head off with Rocky, clinkety clinkety, and you're like, damn, there's an arm sticking out, and you tuck the arm back in there, and then there's no clinkety clinkety. It's just
Okay. We're going back to the temple that will eventually be Thalasscopus, but is now the temple of us and our terrible plans.
okay. Well, it had a symbol of Thoth on the door, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. All right. So you
It's not
guys.
fishy now.
You guys head over to the Temple of Thalasscopus, and now you turn down one street that ought to be heading in that direction, and you're confused for a minute, and then you realize that you're actually in Tapeworm Alley, only it's above ground.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Wrong floor. I don't think it was a tapeworm alley above ground, was it?
No, it's underground,
Interesting.
but not right now. Now it's above ground. And so you walk along, and then there's a set of stairs leading down, and there is a sign that says office.
So we're coming at the dungeon from the other direction.
Yeah, basically.
What it seems like. And then you got to see who's in the office.
Well, not the. This isn't the dungeon. This is the
front office.
It's the Temple of Thalascoptus that's underground.
So right, this is the top of what we knew as the fish paper factory, but
Exactly.
now it's something else.
Exactly. Well, actually, it said office 1,500 years in the future too.
Well, we got a back
so
office and a front
depressing.
office. The one back office was only about like a 10 by 10 or so, about 20 by 20.
That's right.
And then there was like the front office. That's about 30 by 50, or about 40 by 50, give or take.
Yeah, that was like the manufacturing area.
Okay,
I think it was 40 by 50, but a very
Shane-
big chamber.
Shane, can you figure out what's the best way for us to get in if it's not just a repeat of the last time with the least amount of explaining ourselves?
Well, if we're coming in the office, just keep going north.
Yeah, it just means you have to go down some stairs and then there's a door named office. It's called a door named office. Maybe it's an immortal door, and that's why it's still labeled office. It's still its name.
After 1,500 years, I'm willing to go with that. It's named office.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Is there an extra E on the end or something?
I don't know. Probably maybe it's spelled with a Y. So yeah, you go down. You're gonna open the door.
Yoo-hoo! We'll knock.
All right, you knock on the door, and the door sort of creaks open a little bit, and a slug's eye stalk pokes around the corner and looks at you guys, and all of you hear in your heads the slug say, "What do you want?"
I want to know how I turned into a hobgoblin, mostly. I don't think that's the way it is.
Five gold pieces, and I'll explain, says the slug.
I'll give him the 5 gold pieces because this is going to be great.
Okay, and he says, when a mommy hobgoblin and a daddy hobgoblin love each other.
You dirty little snot creature.
It yanks its eye tentacle back through the crack in the door so that nobody can close the door on its eye. and squishes away somewhere underground with your 5 gold pieces.
Man.
Oh, did you ask what more we can do? Put the bodies.
Yeah, I tell the guy that we're on our way to the next level down to perform a sacrifice, and we just need to know how much it costs to pass through.
Oh, 5 more gold pieces.
Done.
Okay. So they take the 5 gold pieces.
Best.
You go through a 20 by 20 room, and then you're in the 40 by 50 area that in the future will be the fish parchment manufactory. And are you going to head back through to that dead end room at the in the sort of northwest?
Yeah, north, and west, and west.
Okay. So you make the various turns, and then you're in the sort of abandoned room back in the complex. And now you can, cut these guys' hearts out in peace without.
Hey, don't mess up our sleeping area.
So how many hearts does this give us?
1 per body.
So total 5 now.
Damn, I didn't get the math there.
I guess hobgoblins aren't that good at math.
Must be.
Is that a racial trait?
So 5 hearts, and when we figure we've waited long enough for some of the heat to come off us, we ought to go ahead and make a down payment to Dr. Omnibus.
Okay, well, you can.
Maladar.
Yeah,
not
it's
a
Maladar.
Maladar, you're right.
It's Maladar that wants the hearts.
Yeah.
Oh, does he once, or can we do individual mortgage payments of heart?
I don't know if he needs them fresh or not, but I don't want to carry around 5 hearts.
Hey, Matt, is those 3 doors still there that need the key?
Yes, only they are. They show the symbol of an ibis-headed god, which is going to be Thoth. So they have no one has yet put up. No one has changed the appearance of the doors, but they all have those same. It looks like they've all got colored locks, so you're not sure what happened to change the doors around into the octopus thing, but
Yeah, but it still kind of appears to be the same door, just maybe a different symbol.
it does, yeah.
So we got the 3 keys, And do we hear any singing in there or anything, chanting?
No.
Okay. Yeah, we could use that as a hiding place if these keys work, but we got to open all
you're
the
gonna
doors.
you're gonna listen at one of the doors. Let me see whether you pick up anything useful. All right. You hear what sounds like a rustling shoomp, and then somebody says, "Well, that's ridiculous." And then after that, you're not able. It's very, very quiet, so you're not able to pick out any more than that.
Okay. So we got maybe a slug and a person in there. I wonder what keys they use.
So I'm going to take the uniforms off of the Lich Guard.
Okay.
And keep those separated and pack up the bodies onto Rocky.
Okay.
And we're going to take those to Dr. Omnibus.
Okay, so first the body. Yeah, oh, right, because they're both in the same place, Maladar and Omnibus.
Yep.
All right, so with Thibodeau, sort of, he kind of has to do it by dead reckoning. But he figures out that, yeah, you go this direction, that direction, this direction, and you're in the Grim Quarter, Tapeworm Alley. That part of Tapeworm Alley actually was in the Grim Quarter, so he's able to reckon you back to Dr. Omnibus's house.
Okay.
So you arrive there, and you knock on the door, and let's go ahead and take the break now, and then we'll go on forward with what all happens.
I will restart my modem and see if that fixes my connection.
So I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. Do you know about the whole death saves close?
No.
That Joe Manganiello has been Manganiello.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Alex Kamer had a picture of one.
So this came.
Hand of Vecna. Cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
And on the back,
black on black.
Death saves.
Very, very slick.
It's
design.
trippy because you can sort of see it when the light hits it, but otherwise it just looks like a giant black T-shirt.
As someone who has failed a lot of saves in 5e,
Yeah.
it really just speaks to me spiritually.
And in even crazier news, there's a Indiegogo project that just went live that people may be interested in.
Look at
Where's the
you.
link?
I'm sitting here being derelict in my duties as an actual frog, and you're going to do it for me.
No, it popped
As
up
a
because
former frog.
yeah. Hey, I still got love for the amphibians. Shit, I may still be amphibian. Apparently, I don't know if that's part of being a hobgoblin too.
No, that just means you're green and slimy.
Oh,
Which one?
The hobgoblin is what I meant.
Oh.
But, the frog too, I guess.
Yeah.
Rather than being an actual frog.
Yes, Indiegogo project is live. I can't put up a link. Actually,
You can just go.
I can. I can put it in chat.
Oh, the city that dripped blood. It's kind of this adventure so far.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh,
yeah, in the middle of the street.
Wow, you can't do that. That's weird. Yeah, it doesn't want me to do that. Oh, maybe if I do it like that. Man, it does not want me to post that in the chat. Okay. So everybody in the chat room, anybody who's watching this, put www.indiegogo.com and then the rest of that, and you get taken right to it. What the hell are you talking about? What bad thing? What? Oh. Funny stuff.
So am I 1970s-ing it up a little too much tonight? Hey, Skeeter.
Yo.
Am I 1970s style hitting it a little too much tonight?
What now?
I'm just doing a spot check, make sure I'm not running amok.
It's
like we used to when we were kids.
Nope. We're taking over the world, man.
I mean, there's nothing more valuable a mage can have than a spell nobody else has. We go back to the present with a couple of those.
Yeah, that could be critically.
That's a golden ticket.
And strangely enough, when we get back to the future, if we don't have to do it the long way, we may own the Grim Quarter.
I see you've got big plans. I'm all focused on new spells.
That's perfect.
The problem is
the spell angle. I'll work the owning a chunk of the city angle.
The problem is the apocalypse. Like if we bought deeds now, they'll all get wiped in the crash.
Who do you think caused the apocalypse?
Bingo.
The Vicinians, I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Well, who's going to be the head Vicinian? Probably you at some point here in the near future. Which is funny when we're talking about time travel. No, I don't have to have the deeds. I just have to have the inbred, deeply born fear of the populace. And as a hobgoblin who's now rounding up ogres and other such creatures, I may have a lineage.
Oh, well, see, thank you. I was afraid I'd taken a little too dark of a turn, and you out-darked me, so I feel better.
Man.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's called the Grim Quarter for a reason.
Got the happiness and sunshine. Never is.
I'm going to grind that out of this city. And then when we get back to our time, blow up another chunk.
Dude, if this ends with our party being the landlords to the other party, you're my hero forever.
We're going to do this. We're going to end up being the reason they were driven out.
Well,
We're going to end up being the reason they were driven out.
I mean, there's nothing more valuable a mage can have than a spell nobody else has. We go back to the present with a couple of those.
Yeah, that could be critically.
That's a golden ticket.
I just want to go back and see a halfling horde everywhere.
Good job. Ooh, were there any elven hordes there? Asking for a friend.
You know what's going to be interesting is in this dynamic when Lethe becomes a saint and Muriel is actually worshiping Lethe. And Lethe comes back as the reincarnation of the ancient Lethe.
Yeah. This whole like circular worshiping.
It's a circle of life, man.
More like a hexagon. It's crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
An ontological paradox means you're a god who can never be taken out.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah.
so
Because
what
you
needs
don't
to
have
happen,
a beginning and an ending. You're an Ouroboros.
what needs to happen is that Lethe needs to apotheose into the Dawn Sister, which was a minor deity, right? She needs to ascend to become the Dawn Sister. That's who Muriel worshipped.
Is the Dawn Goddess here now?
I don't know, and I actually don't know if Muriel's here now. Has Lethe? Did Lethe cast any spells last week? Did you
No.
guys NPC or she just okay? So
Liz
we actually don't know. Yeah, but she actually worships sort of. I hate to say it.
Hydra.
Yeah, put your fingers in your ears, Muriel. Liz's cleric worships a real god.
So what's
Yeah, but
interesting?
It's a
We
real
need
god
to
that just pissed off the Lich Guards too.
find out if the Dawn Goddess is here, because if the Dawn Goddess is not an actual goddess yet, Lethe is what turns into the Dawn Goddess, and I will work on that as job number 2.
That would be pretty awesome. That Lethe transcends to become the Dawn Goddess that Muriel worships, and then I end up worshiping Muriel.
Hell yeah!
That's pretty
This-
freaking cool.
Come
This
back.
story is
Yeah,
writing
dude.
itself.
We get back to the present. Instead of a half rebuilt temple, it's like a third of the city, and they've got room for us.
And the Grim Quarter is like the Grim half.
Right. It's not the Grim Quarter anymore. It's the
Nope.
Grim Business District.
The Grim portion.
New Grim Quarter.
The
Yeah.
Grim Block.
But all populated by halflings.
Well,
The
Yeah.
future is
Start
all
with a T.
halfling.
but unfortunately, Thibodeau's not going to like it when they're all halfling slaves. Sorry, there's some give and take here.
Why does halfling got a name starting with a T?
They breed like roaches.
Well, we're working on it.
You just leave some food out, and then all of a sudden you got halflings just everywhere.
Restaurants everywhere. I can see
They're
it.
like rabbits. Yeah.
So Tovak, we got to get you a plan. Everybody's got their little plan. I want spells nobody had. Orchestric wants to take over the Grim Quarter. Lethe wants to be the Dawn Goddess. Shane
Yeah,
wants
I
to.
don't know what his plan is.
Shane
gonna be
wants to
like.
affect
Oh, but this is so easy.
halfling census numbers.
You want to be a
I think
hobgoblin
you're
now. Tovak
never
wants to
wanted
be a
to be
hobgoblin.
He's just, a connoisseur of elven culture.
As
Which
it
is
turns out, you're a
just-
connoisseur of hobgoblin culture.
Yeah, really.
Apparently
Well,
so. Everything
I don't
we
think
have
you
learned is a
understand.
lie.
Wrong
This
hub.
means I can rule over goblin clans, which means I can make them make us bombs.
This
This is getting so much better. The more I think about this, the greater this turn is.
Oh, I never thought it was a bad thing. I always thought Orchestric made perfect sense as a hobgoblin. I think it's freaking great.
See, okay,
is
I was
bad.
I was worried about playing too much like the 70s, and we're sitting here at 4th level plotting world domination. So
I've been plotting world domination since first level.
And hey, by the way, 4th level, speak for yourself there, Mr. Overpowered Mage. Some of us are still sitting at 3rd.
Jeez, 3rd.
dude,
And I'm the one talking about becoming a god. So.
I'm a 5 spell pony with a wand of magic fireballs that's running out of charges.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fourth
we gotta
level from
we
where
gotta
I
get
sit
you
is
that
pretty,
level so you can charge that thing up.
Or pay somebody to do it before it runs out.
How many charges are left?
I've got 3 left.
Well,
And God, why does my brain struggle with simple math? Whatever 20,000 is minus 15,975.
4,000 and some change.
4,000. Do 6,000 instead is 5,975, and then add the 25 back.
Yeah, what he said.
So 40,
25. 40, 25.
If you got 2 halflings, how many halflings do you have in 6 months' time?
2 to the 8th. That's exponential math.
That's all math we need to know.
See, I'm listening and I'm hearing like Charlie Brown adult voices. And there you have it.
Yeah. Yeah, so am I. I really think that the next convention we can all get to together, we have to make Matt run this live. Just for this group and have people watch.
Sell tickets.
Yeah. Have it be like a panel.
We'll be in the big convention center area.
Boss Colin, I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
I will wear my beard for that the entire.
You gotta wear your beard. I'll find some weird elf ears and like a David Bowie and Labyrinth wig. Because I'm sure that's what Rekestric looks like.
So
yep. Okay, yeah, let's go with that.
So apparently we're not only playing the game, we're gonna like cosplay our characters as well.
I will bring you some glorious wigs.
I'm just gonna look like that all day. It's gonna have nothing to do with Rekestric.
I agree. It'd be a ton of fun to do this game live.
It would. If a halfling caravan leaves Jordoba at 4 miles per hour.
It takes 6 months to cross the desert. How many halflings arrive?
Well, if you
how
start
many
with
halflings did we start with?
You started with a caravan, so I assume that it's a caravan to the 5th power.
What's the ratio?
They double every week. So because gestation period is only 6 days.
Now we're not talking rabbits. We're talking like bacteria.
Yeah.
You start with 2 and end up with a bucket.
Time we get back half of Jordoba's halflings.
And that's what a group of halflings is known as. A bucket of disease.
A bucket.
Bucket of halflings.
A bucket of halflings.
There we go.
A murder of crows, a pod of whales, and a bucket of halflings.
Kind of like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Word of the day.
That's totally why they're called a bucket of halflings. Is 'cause
See what happens when
wow.
Matt ain't here?
Okay. Well, Zach, are you listening? Oh, Jim's here.
Yeah, I'm here.
On The City That Dripped Blood, a fantasy adventure in print being sold on Indiegogo. Apparently, the expected delivery is February of 2018.
Oh, more time travel.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Good news, everyone.
I
Check
don't-
your collections. It's already there.
Oh, that'll work.
Yeah.
It's like if you had pizza delivery using DeLoreans. You'd just be sitting around thinking about getting hungry. Ding, ding, ding. Here's your pizza. Don't forget to order.
Would you even get to the point of thinking about being hungry? Or would you just be hungry and pizza shows up?
But then the driver would have to remind you to order so he doesn't get lost in a paradox.
Ooh. Wow. $60 has been raised so far. And it's only been moments. I like that.
I'm sure Zach's right on top of it. He'll get that fixed.
Well, he's not on Facebook right now. He's busy. I will have to say, and I'm going to say this on a recording.
On an unsecure channel.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed that the frogs figured out how to make money after I was gone. Fuckers.
Okay, so we've got Rekestric, Lethe, Elijah, Tovak, and Thibodeau.
I'm actually
And
going
all
over
the
to the
halflings.
lily pad tomorrow to bring
That's
the
cool.
big frog a work table.
So, Matt, I have a little bit of a kind of, I don't know, cleric mechanic question.
Okay.
Has Lethe either tried to pray or cast a spell since we arrived in the past?
Nope.
You should pray.
I'm going to do some of that praying.
Get on your knees, heretic. Pray.
And while they're busily sacrificing corpses to Mitra, it seems like a good time, in this spirit of advanced religiosity,
Just to knock and see
to
if your God is
try
home.
and see if I can actually get a hold of my deity.
Okay. So you're doing that in the little underground temple while they are still cutting hearts out of people.
Yeah, well, they're doing some food processing for Mitra. I'll go ahead and, do my own religious thing.
Okay. So you pray and you do your rituals and you hear a voice in your head that says, "Hi, Lethe."
Oh, hey, you're there.
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Darn.
I'm like 1,500 years in the past now.
How'd you do that?
Okay. Well, you know the guys I run with, right?
That's true. Yeah.
So that's how that happened.
One dwarf, one human, one halfling, one hobgoblin.
Did you know? Well, I guess you're divine. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I learned. I didn't know back when I was Muriel, but
Well,
Was I always, or did it only happen when I came back here?
you were busy cutting out hearts. You can't talk.
I'm actually not cutting out hearts.
Okay.
I've got
So-
other stuff going on.
so that we can still remain in touch, and I can still channel your divine power, even though I'm, a little bit in the past. Do you have any instructions for me? Maybe it'd be useful to plant some seeds of Saint Mario worship a millennia ago.
Probably the most important thing is that you need to rescue yourselves.
From being in the past?
No. There's another set of you that are also in the past, and they've been captured by the Lich Guard because the Lich Guard were looking for some people who fit their description. And so they are in the they're being held by the Lich Guard right now and going to be executed. So,
And it's another version of us?
yes, yeah, one dwarf, one human, one halfling, one hobgoblin, and you.
I can start running better crowds.
Okay. We'll get right on that. Thanks for the tip.
Okay. Do you need any
All right.
spells?
You could ask
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Over and out.
All right.
When your God asks you if you need spells, you say yes.
I'm already full up.
Yeah,
Ask for an extra.
I'm
could
good.
ask for a location.
Yeah.
If you're having a conversation
going-
with your
It's
God,
called
give
divine
us
aid for a
time
reason.
To get greedy.
You're going
This
on a
is-
divine mission. Come on.
When you want to go worship the Hobgoblin God and talk to the Hobgoblin God and get extra spells, then that's fine. But this is St. Mariel and I we're tight. I don't want to.
I don't believe in gods.
I'd have just been happy for a location where the group's at.
How can you not believe in gods? You adventured with my deity. You had literally adventured with my. How can you not believe in at least that one God?
I think I
You
helped
knew
your-
her personally,
I think I helped
Ooh.
your God ascend.
Intimately.
but then you do believe in gods because you believe that she ascended.
I maybe she just went someplace nice and
You know
got
what,
super
Arcus?
powerful. I'm
Bermuda.
doing the same thing with Elijah right now. pretty soon he's going to be as powerful as a god.
And you know what, Orchestric, I think that we can just accept that you're in the midst of some grappling with some very difficult issues right now. So we'll let the religion part of it go.
I have
Oh, dude, he just totally clericked you.
I have so many questions.
And Saint Muriel has the answers.
Maybe she does.
I would say for you, Orchestric, Saint Muriel is in many ways the ideal deity.
So
She's missing a toe.
are you
Well,
gonna
not
share
missing.
the
It's right here.
Okay, all right.
It's not missing. I can vouch for the location of that toe. If not,
There's one
Fantastic.
part of Saint Muriel that is absolutely not missing.
not missing
Okay.
that toe.
So the rest of her is missing.
Oh.
Except for a finger. Ian McGarty's got the finger.
Oops.
I don't know that.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And that's not a finger.
You
That's
should,
that's
you
a
should watch the
weird
other
toe.
live stream. It's good stuff.
Oh no, I do.
All right. So that was our
So-
little retro. What?
Do
Jim?
you share that information with us, Letty?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I say, okay, so sorry, little bit of divine intervention here. Apparently, we need to mount a rescue mission for other people lost in the past that are a lot like us.
Okay, that's not good.
Okay, let's go down the checklist. We don't remember what he's talking about, right?
We don't remember who's talking about.
You.
Matt.
Matt, no. We don't know what Matt's talking about other than what you heard him tell me is all I know.
Well, if we don't remember those events, then we know that those are future selves.
Conceivably future selves, yeah.
Or past selves that came back.
Past selves that came back and got caught.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Either way, or they're just people that happen to look like us that maybe we want to not leave in the hands of people named the Lich Guard.
no. We've already lost one of them. So this could be a significant problem.
Except there's another version of Elijah. So that's 3 of us that have been here. Why do we keep coming back here?
It's fucking great here. I'm having a blast. Why wouldn't we?
But I mean, there's two quests there. One is to go rescue our future selves, and the second quest is to figure out how they got there and not do that.
I'm pretty sure our goal in this timeline is to wipe out the Lich Guard. And maybe even the Council of Liches.
And we just
What-
don't even know what it was that future or past Elijah was talking about when he said, "Don't do it."
Nope,
Yeah.
who cares?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm a hobgoblin, baby. I don't give 2 shits.
And there it is. It took you an hour to get there.
We finally admitted it.
That's why we keep coming back.
He finally owned it. Yes. I think we come back because this is where all of Thibodeau's family is.
Or is it because it's the timeline we always die in?
Well, you're not just a.
That's fine.
Killjoy.
Bummer. Oh my God.
What the hell?
Oh my God. And
We're having
game
so
over
much
for that
fun.
conversation.
I'm just saying. You really did
Negative
beat
way.
down a lot.
Game over.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So
and our other cleric wasn't on that list that needed rescuing, right?
Matt?
Your other cleric? Yeah, no. I mean, it said she listed out everybody and then said, "And you," to Lethy.
well, no.
Did you get a location?
Artemisia. Was she listed as well?
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Oh.
I like the fact that Artemisia is the other cleric. That's right.
Hey, go easy there, Tiger.
It's easy.
She did a
'cause
lot of good stuff for our group.
Liz wasn't on the feed tonight, so.
No, it's Liz's 25th anniversary. Oh, happy
Yay!
anniversary!
Yeah,
Happy
yeah.
anniversary!
That should get
Liz
a
and
shout
Mike.
out. That should.
What did they get married when they were 12?
They must have.
Probably, yeah.
And to answer your question, or actually the question's been asked a couple times, no, I didn't get a location on where they're being held.
It's so hard to get good help.
Well, they're being held by the Lich Guard, correct?
So I'm imagining that the Lich Guard have a prison or a number of them.
Okay, we're going to have to get some information out of a Lich Guard, and it's probably going to happen in an unsavory way. So you just go in the other room when that happens.
Okay.
As long as it ain't out in the
I'm
street.
doing one.
I literally took Charm Person as a spell. So I'm going to get that information, and then I'm going to kill him.
All right. So,
Hobgoblin.
where is it that you guys are headed to? Still to Dr. Omnibus's?
Yeah,
I'm thinking we drop the hearts off and get some better intel on where the Lich Guard would hold prisoners from those guys.
Okay.
we need to do that.
All right.
So can I just ask the obvious question since I wasn't here last week? So Dr. Omnibus travels back in time as well? So
No.
he's here?
It's a-
He's here.
We think it's a younger version of him that hadn't met us yet.
Okay, so he didn't know us when we met him.
Right.
No. But he
Okay.
seems very similar.
But
I
if we
would
keep
think.
treating him nice, that would explain why he puts up with us in our time.
Okay, so Dr. Omnibus, 1,500 years old. Okay. All right, compute.
Oh, and Maladar too.
Alrighty.
And Iswar, apparently.
Yeah.
But
Everything
Iswar is an invisible stalker in this timeline. You know, I'm wondering if we're the people that do the dirty work for Maladar to steal the angel head back here. And then when we go to recover the angel head thinks we've changed our ways and now we're good guys. That's why he hangs out with us.
The angel head wouldn't be the first one to make that mistake.
Okay, let's go to see Dr. Omnibus.
All right. So let's switch the camera over and let's take a look at.
Yay! Whoa.
So it.
So our odds are probably better at night.
Yeah, you can go there at night or day, whichever one you want to do. So it's not called Fishhead Square because that changed back during y'all's lifetime. So it's still called the Plaza of Worms.
It actually took me a minute to see the priority mailbox back there. I was like, what is that mural? Oh, that is the USPS.
Product placement, man. Channel's got to make money.
That's right.
Well done.
Okay, so
Tells you exactly how long it takes to get a letter. We sent it priority mail 1,500 freaking years ago. Where is it?
okay, so that is Dr. Omnibus's door right behind you, the one that's got the curtain over it, next to the statue.
Oh, super cool.
The statue's not still there in your timeline, but
Nice statue.
So we'll rap on the door politely.
okay. So you go over and you rap on the door, and right then you hear a sound kind of like a ripping, cracking, tearing, concrete dropping, scrabbling grizzly bear sort of noise.
Roll left.
Direction.
All right.
Yeah, jump back.
Where's it coming from?
It's
Don't care right now.
coming from here.
Aha.
And so what you've got here is you've got clearly some sort of leader of the Lich Guard, a bullet, and then four more lieutenantly looking kind of guys. The bullet has just dug his way out of a hole, and so apparently they went under the wall to come and get you guys this time.
Motherfuckers.
Land shark.
Jim's in pose, man. I didn't know how long he was gonna hold it.
So the leader of them says, "There, it was worth the wait. Get him, Simba!"
Rocky
Go into
kill.
incantation.
Damn.
Wow.
And their bullet begins charging forward.
I don't think he does. I think the minute we figure this out, it gets super hot in the square.
All right, Jim, roll your
Yeah.
damage. I'm going to start rolling some saving throws. The bullet gets a 11. I don't know whether that's going to do it or not.
Can others of us cast spells during this time?
Yes. That's going to be actually a matter of initiative. Jim just, snapped out a wand and shot. So,
Boo! Dice.
Okay. So this is important.
mhm.
I see him point the wand, correct?
Yes.
I'm throwing something too.
Okay. What you throwing?
Grenade.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to prep a spell, maybe not.
Yeah,
Heal
we're
it,
just
maybe.
gonna sit back and watch the giblets fly at this point.
Okay. There
What,
they
what
are.
are you holding back for? That's a boulet.
No shit. This is the time to empty the gun, man.
All right. The let's see. 7. I think he's going to save. Let me just check the hit dice.
Tell me that's a boulet you entirely created the stats format and not out of Tomohar's 5.
It's not out of Tomohar's 5.
Okay, good. I
Oh,
don't want
it's
to
one
get
of
killed by my own boulet.
Yeah, the colored boulets. All right. So, yeah, so the bullet saves. What's half damage on the?
I rolled 18, so half 18, 9.
Okay, so he goes down 9. Okay, saving throw for Lichguard leader. Come on, let's get one that doesn't. Okay. Yeah. Okay, he fails. How much was it
18.
again? You said 18?
18.
Okay. Okay, so he's got that many left. Ooh, okay, he saved. Okay, two of the Lichguard guys fail. 2 of them succeed. Now, when the two, okay, so the fire sort of clears out, and then one of the you see one of them falls backward, and his shield lands sort of on top of him. One of them, you see that these ones, the shields that they're carrying, don't just have the skull. There's been a rune of some kind painted over the top of the shield, over the top of the skull. This one falls with the shield downward, and the rune hits the ground and explodes. It doesn't explode outward. It's the rune itself blows a hole through the street. Okay, and so that one, well, he was already dead. This is one of the ones that was killed by Jim's fireball. So there's this massive, shock wave, and the hole that the bullet already dug begins to make a big crack that runs down that street, sort of toward the south. So that takes out 2 of these guys over here, and then the 2 of those guys that are still standing with the runes on their shield look like they're in really, really, really bad shape. So does the captain, and the bullet looks like he has kind of ignored the whole thing pretty much. Even though little parts of him are burning and everything, he's still charging forward. So let's see if I can get my other camera working here. I'm gonna have to cycle through a couple of them, but if I can get, no, I can go directly to it here. Okay, here are you guys. our brave adventurers. Off in this direction over here, we have our bad guys.
Did we get an overnight rest
A what?
An overnight rest.
from the last battle?
Yes.
I believe you.
All right. So everybody's still too far apart for this camera to pick everything up. But so go ahead and let me roll what dexterity they're going in. All right, they beat you guys to the punch this round. The bullet charges.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Was I able to throw the grenade when
I'm
Jim
sorry, I
launched
forgot the
fireball?
grenade. I knew there was something I was forgetting. All right, so then your grenade goes off. And okay. Roll 3 12-sided dice.
Come on, blow up the graboid.
Either really good or really bad.
31.
Oh
Nice.
God,
Dude!
jeez.
I know what caused the devastation of Jordoba.
All right, so that
By
results-
fucking name.
All right, so there's the hole. Remember the hole with the crack in it that was headed south, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this enormous detonation. You guys are all spattered with bullet body, armored plates, claws,
Shrapnel.
a lung, another lung.
Dude, you're not just a hobgoblin, you're our hobgoblin.
Can we like have a bag out and grab all these giblets for a stew later? I bet
Well-
they taste.
Here's the thing. Your attention is momentarily diverted by the fact that with this detonation, that crack headed to the south suddenly splits open by about 5 feet here, and you hear a going about 4 blocks down the street.
I am fucking up this town left and right.
And then there is a huge whoomp, 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 in sort of a line about maybe 150 feet to the south of where you guys are. And you hear somebody yell, "Oh my God, Tapeworm Alley just collapsed into the ground."
I am history. I
just
am a part of
posted that in
history.
chat right before Matt said it. I'm just saying.
Wow.
And I thought we were gonna take one of these guys alive.
Peace out, bitches.
I also want to revert to my decision to not prep a spell.
Okay.
Turns out that was kind of the right call.
I'm gonna try and catch a heart as it falls from the sky.
That's almost poetry, Jim.
Yeah, okay.
Catch a heart.
I know.
That's one of those
Isn't that an Adele song?
Oh,
Yeah, it could be.
I think
now.
We could have gave him a bullet heart.
It'd be great for a motivational poster unless you knew the context
I
of
think
it.
it was her album "Rolling in the Blood."
Rolling in the blood.
All right, Jim, roll
in
a
the blood.
d20, and if you roll a 19 or a 20, you're going to be able to catch a heart coming down out of the sky.
Baby, you've been with me since 1979. This is your time.
Oh, that's a lot of pressure, man.
yep. Yeah.
A 13. Nope.
All right, okay, so a heart goes splat about 5 feet away from you.
That's
Did any of those amazing survive though? Because couldn't hurt to wear one.
Did any of the amazing what survive?
The shields.
shields.
The blasting shields.
Those were extra detonations.
Well, no, they're not set off by fire. Let's see, it was a grenade. They were hit by shrapnel. No, they were, yeah, no, what happened was that each of those shields got hit by shrapnel, and that added 2 more, runes of explosion into the the general mix of detonation that has now resulted in Tapeworm Alley collapsing down the level of a street. So now you know.
Good job, guys.
I may have just caused us more trouble, but I am sitting here with such smug satisfaction. I have not had this in a game in I don't know how long. I am so happy right now. I could almost be two people.
There's like blood all over you. There's a lung over your head.
Holy
And,
shit,
yeah.
you're just making it better.
I love the fact that members of the Lich Guard showed up and said, "Get them, we wheel around." Boom, boom, and now
You just got.
I'm telling you, Matt, every Wednesday morning at the office, the first outside smoke with my brother is me recounting our game, and week after week, you deliver.
It's like, and the rest of us are just like with blood splatter.
I don't mean to take this lightly, but the amount of shit I'm going to talk about them bringing their boule and me bringing my gym, we just beat their asses.
Yeah, you most certainly did. This may also be the point in history at which guards stop going into the Grim Quarter.
Send me some more. Now I'll quietly knock on Dr. Omnibus's door.
I wonder if it's
Candygram.
Well, he's not asleep anymore.
All right.
People will never sleep again in here.
I wonder if it's going to turn out that we're the reason why, in our age, the section of the dungeon is actually buried. That not only did we drop Tapeworm Alley, that eventually, like, we're going to get to the point where we're the reason why a meteor was dropped onto the huge section of the city. That's going to be our fault.
It was that 50th heart that did it.
You don't know what the 50th heart is for.
Have we heard anyone in this time refer to this area literally as the Grim Quarter yet?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an old name. All right, so you guys knock on Dr. Omnibus's door, and a voice calls from outside. Who is it?
Take a guess.
Do you have to ask?
Heart, Graham.
You can't even hear anything. Can't hear ourselves speak.
Yeah.
Can I interest you in some shredded boule?
So yes, the door opens.
Yes, let's go collect some.
There's Dr. Omnibus. Well, the Purgatory of the Giant Badger is lapping away at the cobblestones, actually.
You go get him, buddy.
That's right, because that boule was headed dead for him.
No, it was headed straight for Thibodeau.
Of course, it was headed for Thibodeau.
I pointed it. I had it. I changed the direction that it was.
Absolutely, it was headed for Thibodeau.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a juicy little hobbit right at the front of the party. The bullette's gonna be like, I can at least enjoy my job. So Dr. Omnibus peeks around, and he's still wearing the fancy gold mask and the lapis lazuli collar that it's attached to.
You don't get tired of that?
And so he looks out the door and he says, "Oh, that's what that was. Come on in."
Yeah.
So you walk in, and you're getting the sense that the size of the building that he's in is a lot larger than the one. I mean, even in the one that you guys were familiar with, he owned the building next door as a laboratory. And then he had that little courtyard in the back, which is how Iswar got the fish ogre in there when he was trying to hide it. But that courtyard, as you walk past it, is much more laid out like it's a private garden. So it's as if that were sort of the inside of a larger set of buildings that Dr. Omnibus no longer owns, or something in the future. Just letting you know about that one difference. So he sits down behind a laboratory table, and the other thing you notice is that the laboratory is a lot more organized than your Dr. Omnibus.
Well, we've only been here twice. We haven't had time for our
to
chaos
screw it up.
to
Give us time.
be an issue.
It sounds like he was having better days when he was still in the clan. It didn't
When he
have gone rogue, because he's rogue from the Tengu in our time, right?
Yes. Kind of. He's still a member of the Black Feathers, but
Black
he's
feathers.
not Iswar.
Yazek.
Yazak is kind of suspicious of him and trying to keep an eye on him.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's an excellent point, Tovak. Let's see what that could do. So we just came across some boule parts. Do you think that you could fashion those into potions? Think that would help?
I might be able to turn them into something.
Yeah, I'll even help. I mean, I'll help gather the bits and pieces.
Stop the dog from eating them.
I'll help sample.
And a halfling.
Oh, I'll please ask Tim Kask that question, because that would be glorious. To
What was the question?
You know what the question was?
No, I don't. I didn't catch it.
How do you pronounce boule?
Oh no! Don't even get him started. God. That's a terrible way to introduce somebody to Tim.
Well, no, that wouldn't be the introduction. That would just be after the fact.
No, I mean introduced to him in the sense of, within the first year of knowing him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could be rough.
As long as you agree with him, you won't have a problem.
Well, there is that.
Yeah.
But I disagree with him because he's wrong. But anyway.
Oh, boy. You said that in the recording.
So what?
No.
So apparently this has actually been a thing.
Oh yeah, pronunciation has its own rules, and just because you wrote the monster doesn't mean that you can mispronounce it.
Yeah, so you don't step in this mess. It's exactly like the thing where the guy who invented GIFs says it's pronounced GIF.
Yeah, but
everyone's
he's
like-
wrong.
Exactly.
It's
So-
GIF.
Okay, so it's not exactly right because he's right. But anyway,
So what? How does the,
GIF? Sorry, it rolls off than GIF.
it's so the guy who invented the monster pronounces it boule,
boule,
Yes.
boule.
even though it has an E double T and an E on the end, which makes it et in almost any language that I know of.
In every language you know of, probably.
It was invented in the middle of the 70s, late on a Saturday night while Tim was watching Saturday Night Live and they were doing the land shark sketch. So you can just paint the rest of the picture yourself.
Okay.
It could have been pronounced lots of ways.
My only hesitation, Matt, was wondering whether or not Serbian actually features a double TE ending. So, and I don't know, but yeah, everything else. Okay. Well, fair enough.
Anyway.
I'm glad I asked the question. Carry on.
I will try and lug what's left of its head over to Dr. Omnibus's workroom and enter and say, in addition, we brought you some other stuff.
Yeah, I've got some hearts for Maladar.
All right. Maladar is through this way. What is Thibodeau doing right now?
What was Thibodeau doing?
Yeah.
Collecting pieces for Stu and heading on in.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're out there collecting pieces for Stu, and you see your Aunt Jasmine walk around the corner.
Oh boy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, let's go say hi. What's up?
Oh no, this is how it starts.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Isn't he dreamy?
Oh boy.
Oh
Covered in guts.
Out of there.
no.
She says, Thibodeau, what are you doing digging around in blood and guts on the street?
Playing.
Does she seriously ask that?
Yes.
Wait, how does she know? Wait, what?
That's not the part I'm hung up on. The part I'm hung up on is
Where?
anybody who knows Thibodeau doesn't ask him that question.
Yeah,
By
making
definition.
lunch,
Thibodeau, what are you not doing digging around in guts on the street is more the question.
just collecting some lunch.
Well, your Uncle Otto and I are making a crocodile stew. You want to come on
boy.
over? Invite your friends.
Sure. Same place.
Yeah, right where we've always been, just around the corner near the gates to the Grim Quarter.
Okay, we'll probably be over in a bit. We got a little business to do.
All right. Okay. She walks off.
Man, do halflings live forever?
I don't know. I'm kind of peeking around the corner and seeing how far it goes, though. Does she poof out?
Nope.
No. Whoa.
But she does claim to be living somewhere different from.
Well,
I'm not there. I'm being so good and not saying anything.
after I collect enough for stew and victuals for later, you know.
Okay. All right. So you go ahead and collect that stuff up. Jim, you get Dr. Omnibus walks you over, back to Maladar's door, and he taps his finger on it in several different places very rapidly, too quickly for you to see exactly where he was doing it. Then opens the door, and Maladar's inside, looks up, sees that you've got hearts, and says, "Ah, good. How many?"
Only 5. It's just a down payment.
That's a start. That's an excellent start.
1/10 of the way there.
And he pulls out a scrap of a sheet of parchment. He takes out a pen, dips the pen in, and writes on it, and then holds it out to you. And obviously, what's there? It's written in magical language, and it appears to be what you were asking for a spell, right? Or were you asking for a formula of some kind?
I present myself as a potential apprentice looking to learn spells that we don't have in our time.
All right. So it's the beginning of a spell.
Okay.
It looks like about 1/10 of the formula for the spell.
Okay. Well, I like the way this guy does business.
So you wander back out, and you find Thibodeau sort of abstractedly digging through the explosion of mess that's on the square, and he keeps looking sort of over to the down the south street and sort of shaking his head, and then goes back to picking stuff up. At this point, there are lots and lots of people out there. There are a couple of other hobgoblins who are also picking up meat. It's basically just,
we didn't start it.
yeah, no, there's just a great big meat festival, and everybody who lives in the Grim Quarter is a carnivore. So I mean, you're hearing people yelling, "Hey, over here, there's free meat," and so there's more people keep coming into the square all the time.
I'm going to ask Dr. Omnibus if he has any use for these bodies that we brought.
The Lich Guard bodies.
Yeah.
What's left of them?
He says,
no, these
he
ones
doesn't.
are full.
Oh, the other ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then we might as well. This is the way to get rid of them. Add them.
Right. That's what I'm going to do.
Brilliant. That's
This is
great.
Fresh
how you get
ones.
Here you
Fresh
go.
ones.
All right, so you just toss them out into the pile. Okay.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So one hobgoblin looks over at you, gives you a great big thumbs up, grabs one of the bodies, slings it over his shoulder, and heads out.
Hermano.
Hey, don't eat all of it.
Hey, he's part of the family. I take care of my own.
Yeah, I know there's a way we can tortuously twist this into us being urban heroes. Even though we just
We're
murdered a bunch
providing
of
food.
That's right. So
Feeding
Matt,
the poor.
you said
Yeah.
Thibodeau was over there collecting meat and talking to thin air?
Yeah.
Okay, I need to go get him and see if he's all right.
All right. And he explains to you that he just saw his Aunt Jasmine and she knew who he was.
Right down the road. She got gator stew for tonight. Some
I'm going to
good
do a
stuff.
quick scan of the mob and see if I see anybody that looks like a spellcaster.
No, actually, no, there wouldn't be. Not grubbing around for free meat.
Oh, we should totally go get some. That sounds delicious.
Well, like in a super friendly, super chummy way, Thibodeau, I just kind of get you around the shoulder and shake you a little bit and say, "Come on, we need to get out of here. Let's grab your meat and let's go."
Grab my meat. Let's go.
Wow.
Phrasing.
Dang.
phrasing.
Sorry.
No, please, by all means.
Get your gumbo starter and let's go.
All right, so you guys are hustling off. Which direction? You can go down Bad Choice Alley. You can go down to the south toward Tapeworm Alley and the Wall and Aunt Jasmine and Uncle Otto's house, or you can head north.
Down that way.
The opposite way he just said.
Gator.
All right, so
Black
you were
and-
pointing toward the wall because that was where Aunt Jasmine was, and so now you want to go the other direction, Elijah, and you want to go north.
Back to our lair, our new lair, which is outside that key room in the dungeon.
Take the long way around.
that's very near. I mean, because now that a bullet has just dug his way out from under the warehouse, you could go right down the bullet hole into that big room that has the ramp going down, and then just go down the ramp.
Ooh.
Does that sound like a plan to you guys?
See, I'm a problem solver.
That's right. You find me a problem you can't burn down or explode.
Damn Skippy.
Okay, so you're going to go down the bullet hole?
Isn't that an old hobgoblin proverb?
I am remaking this city in my image. Broken, burning, and destroyed.
I was gonna say.
Covered by sand.
Blow that hell out of.
I mean, does that sound good to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys go down the bullet hole, and then you go into the sort of underground warehouse area. You look to where the ramp ought to be. There is no ramp there. There is more bullet hole. So the bullet came up here and then through there, and apparently the ramp got built later using the fact that a bullet dug his way through there. So you guys are
All right, here
also
you
the reason for the ramp.
Map
All right,
time.
click on Thibodeau here. Okay.
Alrighty. So we're talking that the bullet hole comes out here now, right?
Wait, let me get oriented in your map. No, there. Okay, where you've got that door is, I think where is the warehouse room. So I think that there's a ramp that leads up to that room.
Well, see, there was what it was we came in the door, we went down the ramp, right?
Okay, all right. So yeah, so that room that you've got up there at the top with the door,
Yeah, right here.
that's the above ground
Yeah,
part of the
yeah.
warehouse. I'll have to draw it for you later. There's the above ground warehouse. There's a back room in the above ground warehouse, and then
There's stairs or something going down then.
yeah,
or a
there's
spiral, whatever the hell.
yeah. Anyway, so but yeah, you are you come down from that room. Once you've continued following the bullet hole, you're now there. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So you're in the complex, and you can just loop around and get back into your dead end room.
Alrighty.
All right. So once again, you go through the big room where the various, beggars are all sleeping under the supervision of a telepathic slug. You go around the corner, past the metal doors that have the sigil of Thoth on them, and you are back in the room where you once were. It's now infested with flies because you've been cutting up bodies here, and
New room.
Good idea.
Yeah, should we just get a new room?
Get a new room.
We'll call this the mess room.
Well, yeah,
Right.
I mean, if the flies are here, other predators are going to be attracted too.
like you guys.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We are the predator of the Grim Quarter.
So far.
Okay, so how are you going to find a new room? You're going to go to an inn, or
Oh hell no.
No, new room in the dungeon.
Yeah, there's more
New
doors
room down here.
okay, so you can go up to the room that used to be the treasury. That one's a dead end up that direction, right?
Unspoiled for the moment.
Yeah, that one's y'all haven't been in that one, so it's habitable.
So we should probably post watches this night we spend down here.
I think so.
Now, which room we going to?
It's up in the north and west. Walk up past the
Go
The
west,
eastern-
go west, go north in the hallway.
I don't know. I can't follow you on there, but the west wall of the temple. If you go up the corridor that's on the far side of the west wall, it takes you up to a door.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that room there. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I get Lethy to help me check Thibodeau out?
Yes.
What? I'm just hungry.
He told me some story, Lethy, about seeing his great auntie Yoakum or something. Talking about eating gators. So I'm going to cast Detect Magic and see if I can tell any magical influence on him. And can you do some clericy thing in case he's under the influence?
I can, after consulting my deity and getting the spells to do that, for sure.
I've got a Detect Magic I want to blow him at before it's midnight.
Okay. So you cast that, and he does not appear to be under any magical influence.
It must have been my rumbling stomach. But we missed out on some good gator.
So my concern is he saw his relatives. So
I mean, I could throw a protection from evil on him now, see if that does anything, and then I could detect evil when I rememorize.
Yeah, detect evil might help us.
Okay. Detect evil does not pick anything up.
All right.
There's a little flicker from Rekestric every once in a while.
Not like ping the entire
No, that's
army.
good. That's good to know. It's good to know. We still check out. Okay.
I will say that Lethy keeps her focus of the spell extremely narrow.
That's right. Don't want to know. Don't want to know. Don't want to
It's
know.
not, the whole evil. Detect evil is actually a little bit tricky. Like Muriel's kind of wary about giving that spell out.
Yeah.
Yeah, not in this close proximity.
The temple.
Maybe best not to know.
The temple will start giving those out after a couple of generations of clerics have come and gone, and then maybe it'll be safe by that point.
Right.
Actually, so protection from evil only works for the caster.
And that's what I was actually just looking up.
Yeah.
I think it's caster only. And
yeah, it is. There's one with a radius, but it's a higher level spell.
Yeah. That's a 10-foot radius. I don't know. Jim might have that. Elijah might have it.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
It's on the docket to acquire.
All right. So evening falls, and so is Lethy gonna pray about the Thibodeau thing?
Yep.
Okay. What do you ask?
How is it possible that Thibodeau saw his aunt from modern times here in the past?
Oh, that's easy. I've got this one.
Okay. Great, because we're baffled back here in
back here where?
In a millennia and a half ago.
Yeah, that's wrong too.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's so we're not actually 1,500 years in the past?
No. That's why you're coming in so clear.
Guys, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The good news is Thibodeau's not crazy.
Busted.
Well, we were just looking out for you, dude.
All right.
The bad news appears to be that maybe these are modern times. Am I getting that right, Saint Muriel?
Yeah, yes, definitely. Modern times. Same timeline.
So somewhere in all of this, we've stepped back forward in time and didn't realize it. Lethy, I'm asking you. I don't have a channel.
Yeah. So I convey that question to Saint Muriel. So sometime when we were in the past, we stepped back into the future.
Oh, you've never been in the past.
I convey that answer to the group as well.
I mean, Muriel has been wrong before about some things, but
Lethy's losing it.
Hey, man, ask her where we're at.
I'm the one who just established your sanity. So how? So we've never.
What year is it? Ask her what year it is.
What year is this?
she gives you the same answer of the year that you were in.
So I think we went back to the past and altered it, and this is now the present.
Let's go back to the Plaza of Bells and look and check the doors outside to see if it's got fishy gurus on it.
Why don't you just straight up ask her if we time traveled or if we just went to a parallel dimension?
There
Well,
you
she
go.
she just said that we've never been to the past.
And she says, right, because the hobgoblin's right. It's an alternate dimension.
Ah,
Yeah, because I'm not supposed to be a hobgoblin.
Who
See,
said?
now we're back. Now we're back on the Gary Gygax map. We're in a
Okay.
parallel prime material plane.
so we're in a parallel prime material plane,
Right. That's why he's a hobgoblin.
and that's why we have a wizard too.
There we go.
That's
And
right.
I'm never going home.
And that's why you need to rescue yourselves, is because you guys are not the ones from the other universe. They are.
Right.
So one of them died.
Whoa, hang on.
We are the ones from the other universe, aren't we? This isn't our universe.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. Sorry. You all look alike to me.
So we're the ones from the other place, and we're rescuing ourselves from here.
You look exactly identical, in my defense.
Oh shit! Did I just give
I
a
know
dead body
struggles.
to myself in the Grim Quarter?
So yeah, no, I mean that's why you have to go and rescue them, is because they're you in the same time frame.
I see. Okay, so we've never been in the past. We went to an alternate dimension.
Right.
Okay. Well,
And so the other Lethe, whose name, this is going to get fun. Ethel.
Well,
It's
Ethel, the cleric of Saint Muriel.
yes. It's Lethe. It's pretty much Lethe backwards. It's,
Yeah, let's go for
Awesome.
Thibodeau
oh,
backwards.
hey, whose name works backwards?
that's right. Your name is Agile Rabbit.
Oh boy.
Oh,
And let's see. Tovak is
Cavot.
Cavot. So Cavot.
Cavett and Agile Rabbit. Cool.
Cavot and Rabbit. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, this I guess
Thibodeau.
clarifies-
Nobody can even figure out what the fuck Thibodeau's name is.
I can't spell it frontways.
Eo Dabbit.
You Dabbit. All right.
So I guess Thibodeau, I have some worse news for you. That your secondary objective of visiting all of those brothels is not going to be met.
Damn, that means I gotta pay up.
No. He still doubled the sperm count.
He did, but he's not going to see a payoff for another, millennia and a half.
Well, no,
For the
not,
week and a half.
not ever. It's an alternate universe.
Oh, that's true. Alternate universe. So in a millennia and a half in an alternate universe, you'll get your tribe of halflings.
Oh, no. Quantum entanglement. He just increased the odds that all his parallel cells did the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, every timeline is halfling.
The future's all halfling, dude. Multiverse.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Second breakfast for everyone.
There are
That's
worse
always
things.
a thing.
So that's the word from, the deity.
Yeah, that's a horse of a different color because now we don't have to go rescue ourselves.
She was slightly unreliable in life, so
We should
I'm
probably still go
hoping
see
she
her.
got
Oh
better.
no, you have to go rescue them. Otherwise you die too.
Okay,
Oh,
whoa, time out. So a reaction from the deity to, so still having a carrier wave moment here. Yeah, so we have to rescue them or we die too.
Yes, this is an underlying reality behind yours. So if
So that whole quantum thing you just said about Thibodeau,
Yeah.
all the alternate Thibodeaus bonking all the alternate hookers, apparently the same logic applies to our dying.
Wait, what about Elijah?
Yeah, I still want to know how I got here 3 times instead of just once. Double.
Okay, I'll pass that up the chain. Elijah's wondering how he got here 3 times as opposed to just the one time.
oh he didn't. That was a third Elijah.
There you go, third Elijah.
From another parallel.
From another parallel universe. You're doing a lot of universe hopping.
Okay. So that's our mission then. Let's go save ourselves.
I just have one potential problem.
Just one.
Well,
Took the words right out of my mouth.
He's
Jim.
cutting down, man.
it could be a large potential problem.
Okay.
There's another me here.
Yes.
I wonder if he's a real elf.
I don't know if I should meet another me. That could be problematic
Why?
Are
Hey,
you
we
gonna
get
cut off
his
each other head?
because
There's
there's no telling whether he's going to be happy to see me and if he has bombs too.
Oh, this is like Rick and Morty. You're gonna both talk yourselves into the other one wants to kill you and loot your body, and then you'll end up doing it.
Hey, we could take bets on it.
There could be a council of Rekestrix.
Well,
Look, don't think that highly of yourself.
Well, the god said we had to go save ourselves or we die. That's clear enough instructions for me.
that's kind of where I'm coming from. And I'm going to gloss over the aspersions being cast on my deity's reliability.
It was just a really small aspersion, and it didn't happen to your party, but she made a prediction about when a sandworm was going to come up, and it was 10 minutes late.
Oh,
Sandworms are notoriously unreliable, especially they're sort of temporal anomalies themselves.
Yeah, they're temporal anomalies, and so there's an issue there. So,
I'm totally D'ing up behind Muriel on that one.
Okay, all right, good.
While you got her on the line, see if she has any advice on where exactly they'd be held prisoner. Because we forgot to ask Maladar.
So, Holy Saint Muriel, while we have the benefit of your radiant wisdom, do you have a location? Do you have for these where we should go and find ourselves?
Yes, they're going to be sacrificed in the Temple of the Four Lions underground.
You know where that's at?
Oh my God! It's the entrance to Jordoba. The Four Lions. It's the entrance to the dungeon. The room of the Four Lions, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the clay lions?
yeah.
Yes.
Good one,
Yep.
man. You got it.
We know exactly where that is.
Do we know where that is?
That one?
Timeline?
Well,
It's
no,
not
that
a
was actually
timeline.
where we
You
just
mean the
killed those
universe.
skeletons right now. 'Cause we
So,
were heading that way.
all right.
So now all we have to do is figure out how to take on the entirety of the Lich Guard.
Well, so far they go over like 9 pins.
Well, do we have any more bombs? Because
No.
that worked real well.
I have one charge left in this I can burn.
I have a
Ooh,
sleep
and you don't
grenade.
want to burn that because you can get more charges into
no,
it.
he's got one.
I got
that
two
he
left,
can
but I
burn.
only got
okay.
one I
All right.
can burn.
All right, gotcha. And that would be something that Maladar could help you with. Just saying.
Say no more. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that would be that's how you get more charges put in a wand is from somebody like him.
Elijah,
For
I-
4,000 more experience points, that's how I do it.
I think I'm gonna have to ask you for a favor there, my wizard friend.
Oh, jeez.
Anything you need, buddy.
Your magic stick.
Who you want to hit now?
Oh, you don't even have to ask.
I think I'm gonna need to hold on to that for a little bit. Shit's gonna get crazy.
Shit's gonna get crazy.
Yeah,
I'm-
on the end. Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this shit up a notch.
All right, and you will be able to do that next session. We've hit 8 o'clock, and so the next one is going to be, return to the place it all started, where those four lions are that you ran into in the very first adventure. It's assault on the Temple of the Lions.
And we turned down my aunt. Oh man.
Yep.
Such a
I'm gonna have to memorize some different spells if we're going full napalm war tribe here.
And then the other thing, of course, is remember that it's above ground right now.
Or
So you do know exactly where it is, but
I love how you say right now.
Yeah.
right in this alternate reality, it is above ground.
In this alternate reality now.
So
Dude,
this,
we got this. We got this. You're a hobgoblin, so let's just go hire those 2 ogres and a bunch of his hobgoblin buddies.
I'm
can do
Up
that.
the numbers in our favor.
Tell them to take point.
going in there with an army.
All right, cool. Let me go ahead and I will take us off. Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, everybody.
Allah.
See you all next week.